Hey, Dan here, and due to popular request, seriously, this is like the #1 topic I keep getting emailed about. I'm going to share some more advice about feeling disconnected and being stuck at home during these times. Someone emailed me and mentioned being furloughed, which I guess is like a sort of laid off but not your fault situation. I never really looked up what that term means. And feeling really disconnected, especially as an ENFP, and we do love people, and what we can do about that. And one of the things I realized in that moment is, having worked for myself for, I guess, a decade or so now, you learn to manage yourself and all these needs a lot better, I think, than employees. And that doesn't mean life is always good or easy, but this is very common among entrepreneurs, is you're really aware of your needs for social contact, your needs for disconnection, for excitement, for all this, because you don't have the same external pressure and you don't have any structure really created for you. And since you don't have any structure created for you, you really have to think ahead and look at your week and say, okay, can I schedule lunches with friends, some dinners out? Do I schedule Sunday where we do a trip together somewhere nice? You really have to be thinking about this stuff, because a lot of people with day-to-day, like normal jobs, at the end of the job, they don't want to talk to anyone. They want to go home and have some quiet and disconnect and watch a show. Where for people working for themselves, and especially now if you're working remotely, it's a similar experience, is you're probably alone on your laptop most of the day. At the end of working, the last thing you want to do is sit there with no people and just kind of disconnect and watch a TV show or something like that. So what should you do to counter these feelings and just really to feel better while you're at home? I talked about this a bit in the last video I filmed on this topic about understanding your needs. So think about all the needs that were being met by your job. And this is actually good advice just in general, virus or not, if you're thinking about quitting a job. Think about the needs you get from that job. Maybe a sense of security. It forces you to get out of the house, which might not be easy to do now, but in theory, you connect with different people. One interesting thing with connecting with people is you have a few levels of contact. Yes, you have close friends, and it's great to have deep conversations, but one of the things we all need as well is sort of those lighter contacts, those acquaintances. It's nice to have a feeling of a greater, larger community around us, where you just kind of say hi, you chat a bit. You don't just want to have a few really good friends. So think of these different contacts you might be getting from work. Maybe even things like there's part of a ritual you had that you might not even know of. When you drive to work, you listen to an audiobook and then you get a great coffee. And that makes you feel really good. You're starting your day with some education and some caffeine. And then now, because you're at home and you're not commuting, you're not listening to an audiobook, or even better, the Dreams Around the World podcast. And because you're not doing that, you're feeling different and you can't quite place your finger on it. So really go through that. Go through it like a detective. What could I have been doing when I was at my job? What were the different habits I had? What was my routine like? And then find ways to replace them while you're at home now. Maybe you do lunch meetings with another friend who's at home, or a coworker who's both at home and you guys have lunch together over a Zoom call. Maybe you just pace around your apartment in circles listening to an audiobook, something like that. Find ways to do the things that, I shouldn't say to do the things you were doing. You don't want to duplicate it. But what you want to do is find a way to meet the needs that were being met before, ideally in an even better way. That's a way to upgrade your experience, not just get back to your baseline, but actually take it to the next level. I might do some more videos on this topic as well. If you have specific questions about quarantine and all that, I mentioned in the last video, and I kind of feel like an ass saying this, but I've been doing quite well with this. And I think it's because the years of traveling and working for myself have taught me a lot about how to keep your sanity when you're living alone, maybe when you're feeling isolated and all that. So I'm happy to share more of what I've learned and figured out. But if you have specific questions, let me know in the comments, and that will help me put together another video on this topic. If you're new to the channel, I publish new videos every week, helping you become the best version of yourself, not go crazy during quarantine, and create an awesome life for you and those you love. So hit the subscribe button, and I'll catch you in the next video soon.